Hi everyone, how are you all? I just started looking at the chat there and all I saw was Massachusetts, so I see we're off to a good start in the chat. Just going to shut this door, it's a little bit drafty. Oh, can everyone tell me how we're doing for volume and also light and stuff? That would be really good to know. Christy's got power despite the ice storms. Christy, I am so happy for you. I feel you so hard on that one. We're good here too. We're all right. Right, okay. So, if everything's okay volume-wise and light-wise, then yeah, I suppose we can get started. I have today some tea. I am drinking peach and rhubarb tea, which is nice. It's much needed. And I'm also sporting natural light today. This is light that's coming through the cave window. It is putting a bit of a weird tint on the top down view, which I'll just show you. We've kind of got like a bit of a yellowish light going on, but I honestly I'm not mad about it. So as long as you guys are happy. Oh, here's Pip. Hi Pip. That didn't take you long. Are you coming to see who I'm talking to? You're going to say hi to the cavers? Say hi everybody. Hi everybody. That's it. Nothing exciting. Right, can we close this door please because it's cold. 2 minutes interrupted already. Okay, light is good. Sound as well. Crackly on mine. That could be my laptop. Oh dear. You have it too. Why is it crackly? Okay, I don't understand why we're why would we be crackly? I don't know. Let me check all my connections. I've got everything on where it should be. Oh my. Honestly, don't know about the crackling, guys. I don't really know what to do about that because my setup hasn't changed. I wonder if... No, because that might screw that up. Oh, guys, you've sent me into like a spin now because that shouldn't be... There should be no crackling. And I don't... Like, is it badly crackly? Is it like off-putting crackly? Because it really shouldn't be. This is a problem. Christy thought the crackle was her earbuds. It's not you, it's me apparently. Right, I don't really know what to do about this. I've checked everything. Hi Sadie, I'm just trying to fix a crackly microphone problem. Oh crap, what are we going to do about this? The problem is that I can't plug my heads. Oh no, wait a minute now, I might be able to fix this, hang on. Oh, that's not open. Sorry, guys. Oh. Pete's saying it almost sounds like a crackling. You're here with the air filter or fuzzy thing and the mic is missing. And it only happens when I talk. That's even more weird. Right, hang on a minute here. I'm just making sure I haven't like doubled up on mics. Not everything else is silent. Lisa, you're funny. I'm wondering if I turn it down, if that's going to make any difference. But also, it might be the auxiliary. Hang on a little second. If I do this, okay. Tell me if that makes any difference at all, guys. Like any difference. I've checked like every connection and I've checked that nothing's overlapping and I don't really know, like there shouldn't be any interference or anything, so I'm not really understanding. Like there's nothing else I can do about this. My only other option is to disable my microphone and see if it will pick up the audio from the face cam. We could try that, that might work. Thea's saying it's weird, it only comes up when you talk. When you just made noise there was no crackling. So if I just sit and clap my hands for the whole stream, I'll be fine. Right, hang on a minute. Let's see if this is going to work then. It didn't make a difference, right? Okay. Okay, thanks now. Right, okay. I think maybe what we will try is... let me just... Right, I'm going to mute this, so you're going to see my mouth moving, and it's not going to do anything. I'm just going to fiddle about with the... no clapping. No clapping, okay. I have no filters, I have nothing on Paper Cloud, I have not touched the settings at all. It's the same settings that I always use. Right, okay, so let's just cut this off and bear with me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, what about this setting? Oh, that's really loud, hang on. Right, is that any better? I love how Green Hats just said, have you turned it off and on again? That looks like the level, I'm just trying to fiddle about with the levels, but that might be better. That is the, yay, no crackles. Okay, that's good, right, we'll go with that. That's fine. I'm just going to turn off this other mic because we clearly don't need it. Right, okay. Okay, right, excellent. Yeah, do you know, you've got like a £200 microphone, but apparently the mic that's built into the camera is better. God, right, okay. Right, as long as we're okay for volume, let's make a start. I just wanted to, I wanted to get on with this a little bit. Just before we get started though, I wanted to kind of explain myself a little bit. I don't feel like I owe anybody an explanation for the last month or so, but you guys are, like, you're so good and you always, you know, show me loads of support, and I've had lots of lovely messages from all of you, and there's some things that have happened that I can't talk about and I won't talk about because it's not for me to speak about. I just happen to be involved. But in amongst some stuff that's been going on, we've had 2 deaths in the space of a week and a half. And one of those people was Papa Jem's sister, which she was not old, so that was you know, a bit of something. But the other one was my mum's best friend, Pauline, and she was Canadian. Some of you have heard me talk about her on the channel before, and that's affected me quite considerably because Pauline had cancer, and she was told that she had a sort of long-term prognosis of at least 18 months, and she went into hospital with a sore stomach, and the doctors told her she had less than 2 weeks. So that has been a huge part of why I have been so absent just recently. That's affected me quite badly. And I've not really been in a mindset to do things, and I've just been trying to like keep myself together. Pauline was my mum's her best friend, a very close friend, and they always referred to each other as sisters. And Pauline, for a huge chunk of my life, you know, from like probably most of my 20s actually and into my 30s, she was like a second mum. And if there was things that I kind of needed someone to talk to about and I felt like I couldn't talk to Mama Jem, I would go and talk to her. So that's kind of like why I've been a bit quiet. There's other stuff going on as well. So I just want to thank you all for being very understanding. Days like today, I actually didn't want to do this today. I'm not going to lie to you. I would rather have just hid in a corner. But sitting wallowing doesn't do you any good after a point. Like, you have to grieve, but you also have to get on. So that's why I've picked a very relaxed subject matter for today's stream, and I think it'll probably do me good, and it's nice to, you know, interact with you guys as well. So on that note, now that you know a little bit about what's going on, I hope like you understand where I'm at and why I'm not really wanting to do videos and things. So yeah, but we do need to get on sometimes, and it's better to, you know, suck it up, buttercup. So here we are. I'd just like to point out as well, on a completely unrelated note, we have all 3 of our mods in the stream today. And once again, I didn't ask for them to come, they just turned up. So big welcome to everyone there. As per usual, if there's anything weird going on in the chat that you're not happy about, grab a hold of one of the mods. Their little screen names are in blue, and they have a spanner next to their name as well. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about some swatching. I am not the biggest fan of swatching. Some people find it really relaxing, and it's almost like you know, like a pastime. I'm not one of those people. I don't really like repetitive things, and obviously swatching is very repetitive. However, I think it's very fitting for today. So yeah, I thought that would be a good place to start. And the first thing that I'm going to swatch out is the Karin Brushmarker Pros. So if I need to kind of like move stuff about a wee bit here. Just bear with me. Yeah, so for the uninitiated, the Karin Brushmarker Pros, these are water-based markers, and I know that's quite surprising because I'm not a marker person. I absolutely love the brush tip on these, and it's the only markers I've ever been excited about when I got one in a scroller box like 3 years ago. So much so that I went out and bought myself the set. I had a little set of them, and I really wanted a bigger set, and it's something that I thought, oh, I'll get around to buying the bigger set eventually, but because markers isn't something I use very often, I just kind of went by the wayside. And a couple of weeks ago I got an email from one of our cavers called Yvette, and Yvette's like, yeah, I've got the big set, do you want them? It's like, what? She was trying to give me them for nothing, and I said no, so I gave her a little bit of money towards them. So this is the set here, so she posted them to me and everything. So yeah, I'm quite excited now that I've got the big set to, to swatch them, and the colours are so pretty. So that's where we're going to start. Oh, I can see the other hands. Other hands for the mods. So good. So good. Nikki says it's best to get back doing. I've been the one expected not to make it before, and it's best to get back doing. Yeah, absolutely. Nikki, I agree. I actually agree with that. It's the big beastie box, yeah, it is. Yeah, so the retail price for these, I think in the UK, is about £100. I'm not sure, I haven't looked for a while. But we are going to stick them in here. I've got a wee space for them. I've had this wee space here for quite a while. Here we are. And all I've done, I don't know if you can see that in this light, but I've marked off a very light pencil grid. There's 60 colours, so I'm going to have 30 on this page and then 30 on the back here as well. And it's going to follow the same format as all my other swatches, so there's going to be a scribble and then I'll write the name underneath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all the colours on one page and then write the names, and then we'll turn the page and we can carry on. Oh, okay, I've just made the link here. Diva880i is the person that owned the markers. Well, hello. I didn't realise, obviously I wouldn't have made that connection. You don't need to send it. I actually managed to get one. I was talking to another arty friend, and they had, it was like subscription box type markers, and they had a spare one, so actually, I actually don't need it, so thank you. They are very lovely, MJ Pete. They are super lovely. So yeah, I can show you all the colours here now. Even in the box, like the box is just spectacular. Look at these pens. Now the thing, or one of the things that I really like about this set of pens is if I take one of these out, you can see how much ink is in them because the barrel is clear and there's actually like a little gauge on the side, so when you hold it upright, all the ink settles down really quickly, so you can see if and when you're going to run out of ink. So I really like that. In this set, I also like the fact you get 3 colourless blenders, not just one, they give you 3, so it's going to be a wee while before you're going to run out of that. But the most important thing is the range of greys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different grey pens. For those of you that do like to use markers, you will know that especially the paler greys are really good for overlaying on top of other colours, for shadows and to give you a bit of depth, that kind of thing. I think this is a very well-rounded set of markers, and I say the brush tips on them are fabulous. So yeah, it says a lot when I get excited about markers, because it's something I just don't get excited about. So I'm going to pop the actual box off to the side and let's get swatching. So because of this, this is going to seem quite, is this annoying everyone? See the rainbow band in the corner here? Do you want me to turn that off? Is that distracting? Let me know. Chat, tell me. Yeah, because I'm going to be swatching the same as these ones. I'll just zoom in a wee bit. So like the darkest part through to the lightest, it's actually easier to turn the sketchbook this way so that you can go like this, if that makes sense. So, or here's Mr. Gem coming, Pip's going to start barking. Right, go see Jock. There you go. Just shut them out, it's easier. I call that my living doorbell. There's nothing like a boxed set. That's funny. Okay, so I'm just going to start at the very beginning and we'll go from there. That's enough. Oh, I like the rainbow. Okay. Colour rainbow. That's funny. If I stay zoomed in though, to be fair, you're not going to see it anyway, so that'll be cool. Okay, so we're starting with sulphur yellow, which is actually green. And then we have a canary. So all I'm doing here is letting this scribble off, and then I'm putting an extra couple of layers on the thickest part, because obviously you can layer these up. I can show you on the back there, I did try with the black marker to make sure it wasn't going to soak through, and with the black one there was only like a tiny hint of ghosting, it was hardly anything, so as long as we don't put a bajillion layers here, this will be fine. As I said, these are water based, they are water soluble, so you can fade them away to nothing. You can also do that with a colourless blender as well, you know, like you can mix it in. I like to do that on marker paper specifically though. Gold. Gold, gold, gold. Patty never noticed the rainbow until I pointed it out. Oh no. I love this colour. I've got a bit of a thing for golden yellows. Do you know that? It's the Prismacolor pencils. I really like Goldenrod. That's one of my favourite Prismacolor pencils. And it's not a colour I like, you know, I don't know. It's not a colour I would use, or I would say that I would use normally, but clearly I do. It's quite interesting. Lorraine's laptop's decided just to throw a wobbly. I don't think it's us, Lorraine. I do think it's you, unfortunately. Thea says the markers are so juicy. Should use mine more often. Yes, yes, you should. This looks like a kind of like a flesh tone colour, and it's called Almond. But when I put it onto the paper, I have found that this particular marker, it depends very much on the colour of your paper. This is like off-white paper, but if you use it, like if you use it on like a bright white paper, it's totally different. Totally different. It's nice. I like it a lot. The next one is blush. There we go. So the difference between these two, this is a much paler colour and this is much more of like an orangey tint to it. Pete's saying put a line down in black. Pete, why would I want to put a line down in black? Jan, all tech is sent to try us. Nikki's playing RuneScape 3. Shout. That's funny. Okay, we've got pale orange. I kind of feel that this colour is, it's not really needed, honestly. It's just not needed. Okay, on to the next row now. We are on to amber. This wasn't one I had in the old set, so I'm not familiar with this colour. God, I got a bit overexcited there. I need to leave room to write the name underneath. A bit wayward. Hi, Tracy. Oh no, Lorraine's got sound and no picture. Oh no. MJ Pete, it shows transparency or how big of particles that sit on top. You can do it with any watercolour or gouache. Yeah, but this is my swatch book. I understand what you're saying, MJ. For me in here, this is basically just a quick reference for colour. I don't need to know how transparent or opaque something is. You know, it's purely just a quick reference. If I'm looking for a colour that's in the ballpark, I know roughly where to look for it. And I'm definitely not putting black Sharpie in here because it will soak through because it's alcohol based. I think if you had like a swatch chart that you put in the wall, or maybe if your swatches were in a folder and they were single sheet, I think that would be a good idea. But as I say, it's not, my swatch book's not really for that. I know how these mediums operate because they're familiar to me. It's more like a colour selection tool than anything else, if you get what I'm saying. Christine's got the Zig watercolour ones, yeah. So that was, that's Soft Peach 1, which suggests there might be a Soft Peach 2. Wow. Yes, this is so the next one, Soft Peach 2, okay. Okay, that's quite a nice colour actually, that's quite pretty, I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, moving on to the next row. What have we got here? Orange red. So this might be like a vermilion kind of colour. Again, this wasn't one that was in the smaller set, and that's exactly what that is. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Jan, are you like being an IT person even though you're not at work? Is that what you're doing? Okay, fire red. Fire, fire. See, some of these are quite similar, and because we can dilute these with water, I actually think that some of these could have been excluded. That's just my personal opinion, though. You know, because this would be very similar to a watered down version of this. Colzo Art saying you recently got the Winsor and Newton watercolour markers. Oh, nice. Okay, MJ, oh sure, got you. Yeah, that's, I think, maybe not so much for these markers actually, MJ, because there's, well, I say only 60 of them, it's still quite a lot of markers. But when they're in the box like this, again, if I just show you, because they're top down, the colours are on the side. So it's quite nice to have a swatch book beside you, and you can just like use it as a quick selection tool. I don't really want to take the markers out of the box because it's a really pretty box. That's so true. Oh lordy. Jan, I promise not to charge. Okay. Nikki says she's not a watercolour person, but these look deliciously juicy. Even if you're not a watercolour person, but if you're a marker person, you'll like them. I promise you'll like them. If I've got time when I'm finished, I'll show you them on some marker paper. Because these brush tips, honestly, they're gorgeous. This is this colour is red, as in common or garden red. See, I do find the colours come out slightly differently depending on whether you're on bright white paper or ivory paper or off-white paper. Okay, and then this one's called Lipstick. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. Okay, Laurie has put a link to these on Amazon Canada because our good model Laurie is in fact in, oh, Canada. Pale pink. I don't know if I like that colour or not. I think I prefer it. I'm not much of a pink person, to be fair. It's not a colour that I tend to get excited about. Yeah, Pete, they do. They do work well on, I would say probably damp paper rather than wet paper. Now, when I say that, I mean, because when I think of wet paper, I think of, you know, if you're going to do wet and you've put a wash down, I would say that's too wet. But yes, certainly wet to damp paper, like no puddles on the page, but you can just like swoosh them about, can't you? And they'll start to spread and do their thing. They're quite cool that way. Magenta red. Oh, that's nice as well. I like that one. I tend to favour like more sort of fuchsia-y. It's not showing up that different there really. I don't know whether it's maybe the light, but this is very pinky compared to like the likes of this one, whereas it just looks quite red here. burgundy. That's a word that my husband, that Mr. Jem says, sounds really weird when a Scottish person says it, because we tend to roll our R's a wee bit, so it's burgundy. He says it sounds very Scottish indeed. Okay, and this is cerise. Ooh. You're really not getting the benefit of these colours. I think it's the lighting. I'm just going to try something a wee minute. I'm going to put the overhead lights on. I'm going to put them back off because I've got a bit of a sore head. But I just want to see if it does anything to the colour balance here. Bear with me, I shall return. Oh. Yeah, right, okay, so you can see the difference a little bit. It's still not showing this this pink up to its full its full potential, but it's giving you a better idea of the difference in the colours for sure. I might actually just leave them on for a wee while because it's looking better down here, isn't it? Kozo loves a Scottish R. Okay, we're on to magenta. I'm going to have to turn this back around now though. This way. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, okay, I really like that colour. I'm into that. Red lilac. Whoa, wee. Ordinary lilac. Whoa, that's not lilac, that's freaking purple. Oh. Hi, Marigold. Because you haven't bothered to do them yet. Oh, that's funny. I was saying at the start of the stream that I'm not a person that really enjoys swatching, but it's just fitting for today's stream. I know that there are people that get plenty of enjoyment out of it. I'm not really one of those people. The other thing as well is when I was setting up for this video, guys, I realised that I haven't swatched out my Karin Pablo pencils either. So there's 120 of those that need swatched out at some point as well. This colour is plum. That's quite a nice shade of purple as well. It's not as severe as this one. Colzo's asking, do I know when I'm going to be getting the A5C white books in stock? Is that the one that you pre-ordered, Colzo? Is it the portrait one? Is that what you're talking about? Which purple is it that floats your boat, Tracy? Is it this one or this one? Oh, this one's nice too. What's this one? Yeah, this is pale violet. I like the pale violet one. That's good too. There's lots of really nice purples here actually. Here's violet blue. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a really rich purple. Almost like a royal purple. That is totally eggplant, not lilac. all of the purple ones. Also, yeah, probably the week after next. Is when I shall be getting them in. As soon as I've got like a time scale, it's usually like 3 days between ordering and receiving. So as soon as I know that, I'll let you know. Indigo blue. Green Hat likes the second purple. Her hair is that colour. Or it is when it's first done. Oh, I feel you on that. Have you seen mine? I am like so faded it is untrue. I am holding off though. It's my birthday next week and I'm going to get it done just before my birthday so that it looks good for going out or whatever. I understand. Mine's lasted really well though, but I've got little bits that just, like, the colour seems to stick and it never seems to fade, and I don't understand why. But yeah, you do fade. Yeah, I always say, like, it looks fantastic for 2 weeks, and then you've got a week or so where it looks okay, and then after that you just look faded and you really need to be doing it again. Sapphire blue. I love this colour as well. Yes, 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 yes. It's when it's freshly dyed. Yeah. Royal blue now. Just making sure we're not... Yeah, we've got a little bit of ghosting on the other side, but it's nothing to worry about. But you can see, even just that flick there, these are Crayola pencils. Ooh, look how vibrant these colours are. All good. Oh, did I actually put that down on the paper there yet? Just making sure to actually swatch that out. I got sidetracked by the pretty colours. Egyptian blue is next. See, again, I could live without that colour because it's so similar to Next Door. I could live without that. Now, this is one of the things I really like about this set of pens is their selection of blue, greens and turquoises. They're really, really, really nice. Cyan. Oh, look. So good. So good. Sky blue. Okay. Right, I'm just going to let these sort of dry for a little minute because if I start squishing my hand all over them, I'll have problems. And then I'm just going to write the names at the bottom of each of these squares. And that'll be fine. I think my tea's probably cold by now as well. Indigo blue is one of Patty's favourite colours. Yeah, mine too, Patty. It's a very flexible colour. It's one of the reasons I like it. Tracy, just go for it, just do it. Go for the purple here. Green Hat's wanted to do it since she was a teenager and finally did it 2 years ago. That's funny you should say that because I had ridiculously coloured hair when I was young. And when I say young, I mean a teenager. And it was usually turquoise because it was a colour that stands out really well against dark hair. It's funny that I didn't go back to it until now. And I'm so glad to be back to it. It is a lot of work though to keep it good. Thea doesn't trust herself dyeing her own hair. You'll end up with purple hands. That's no joke. I have to take my wedding ring off because it's got stones in it. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up with like blue stones. I do wear gloves obviously when I do it, but even when you're washing it like the first like couple of times afterwards, like woof, it's not good. Marigold was a goth. I had short black spiky hair. I also had short black spiky hair. It just had some turquoise in it. Just saying. My hair was super short when I was a teenager. It looks like I've killed us for yes. Yes. I would say that always looks like a unicorn's peed in my shower. The old dye on the ears. Do you know what you can do, Tracy? You can put Vaseline on your ears, just like the normal or any sort of petroleum jelly. See if you put a really thick layer of that across the top of your ears, you can just wipe it off once you're finished dyeing your hair. Black Rose says she's never dyed her hair, she likes her natural hair too much. Well, so do I, Black Rose, and I held off dyeing mine for as long as possible, but I'm at the point now where, again, just being really dark, that the grey hairs that are there, they are starting to show through, and I was like, well, if I'm going to dye my hair, I might as well dye it a cool colour. But I actually like my natural colour as well. I've just tried to keep hold of it for as long as possible. Everybody talking about colour in their hair. I quite enjoy it. It is a lot of upkeep though. It's hard work to keep it looking good. Thankfully for me, I don't have to bother about that because the cows don't really appreciate it most of the time, and the rest of the time I'm kind of here myself. So yeah, I just dye mine for special occasions like my birthday. Okay, right, let's write down some names here. I'll try and be quick with this because I know it's not exciting. Sulphur yellow, canary, gold, and then almond, gold almond, blush, blush. What was the next one after blush? Pale orange, pale orange. And then this one was amber. Soft peach 1 and soft peach 2. Orange, red and fire red. Nikki's hair's been all the colours. Now it's about 50% grey. I can't be bothered. That's funny. The canary yellow is an offensive one. Yes, it is. Canary yellow is absolutely 100% an offensive shade of yellow. Is that hurting y'all's eyeballs in there? That's funny. Oh, right, fire red. Red lipstick, red. Pale, was this pale pink? I'm sure it was, yeah. Pale pink, that's not pale pink, that's, it's quite offensive as well. Rose pink. Burgundy. This is actually a really lovely colour, this. It's a really, really lovely colour. Oh, now, hang on a little second. This is magenta red because, Cerise, this is actual magenta, and I'm going to write that on there. It's not actual magenta like on the label, but it's actually magenta. Actual magenta. Red, lilac. Lilac and plum. Oh, can't read that there. Plum. To move it over a bit. So darker colours. There isn't much in the way of orange. You've basically got the orange red, the amber, and this pale orange. Personally, for me, I think that's enough. I'm again not a big user of oranges, but yeah, you're right. There's not that many in the set. Okay, we're into these lovely purples: pale violet and violet blue. Violet blue, indigo blue, sapphire blue. Royal blue. Egyptian blue. I can actually see more of a difference now between the royal blue and the Egyptian blue now that they've dried. They're still very close together, I think. What do you guys think, chat? Do you think that these are pretty accurate to the eyeball as they are on the camera? Would you say that was a waste of having those two colours in the set, maybe have something else? Or, you know, again, in blues is something like, I just don't use blues that often. Tracy's asking if there's any greens in the box. I've got another page to do, Tracy. This is just the first page. They look pretty identical on your screen. Yeah, okay, green hat. That's good. It's not just me. Cyan and sky blue. Oh, what have I done? Put that there. Sky blue is here. I got overexcited with myself there. There we go. Okay, so that's our first page complete. We're now going to nip over here and we're going to continue. So again, I'll just turn this way slightly. And we're in the middle of the very nice bluey colours that I tend to like. So, Arctic Blue is next. I really enjoy these turquoisey colours. Really nice in this set. So this one's actually called turquoise. Oh, look at that. Look! How can you not love that? How can you not love that colour? I know I do. Cool Aqua. Christy loves all the blues. Actually one you wouldn't need. Yeah. It does. Green Hat says that the paper is holding up well. Someone asked me earlier about the paper. This, believe it or not, is this is ancient, this book. This is one of the Swatch books from Flying Tiger. It is a really, Swatch book, sketchbook. It's a really, really cheap sketchbook. It was like £3 or something. For those of you that don't have access to Flying Tiger, I'm really sorry because it's one of my favourite shops. I call it a mini IKEA. Right, where did we get to there? We got to Cool Aqua. At lush green. Now we're into the greens. Wowee! Do you like me a good green? Marigold says it's definitely missing a really pale blue in the set. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, do you know what? You're right, Marigold. But because these are water soluble, even if you use the colourless blender, you can literally dilute the other blues out to next to nothing. So I can kind of understand why they haven't put one in the box. MJ has put something quite interesting up as well. Someone was asking a little minute ago about oranges. Starting with vermilion red and adding a little yellow will give you a wonderful orange. So there you go. If you're looking for a good orange, that is the best way to mix your colours. And if anybody is going to give you good advice on mixing colours, it's going to be Mr. MJ, because he has been painting since forever, haven't you, MJ? You've been painting a long, long, long time. Waiting in the Weeds loves Flying Tiger. I love Flying Tiger too. Okay, Olive Black. This was the pen that was missing from the set originally. That Diva had sent to me. It's Olive Black. So there is a spare Olive Black floating about. And I love this colour as well because it's actually almost got a hint of like blue in there. Like it's a greyish. It's a greyish green, but there is definitely a bit of blue in there. And here's Normal People's Olive Green. Should I put that under the swatch as well? Normal People's Olive Green. Ocean Teal. This definitely isn't in the other set. I've never seen this colour before. Ocean Teal. I'm up for some of this. Oh, that looks like Viridian to me. Or even like an emerald colour is what I would call that. Okay, yeah. Good old grass green as well. Grass green. Oh. I can tell you right now, I've just seen the time. See, because I farted about so much at the beginning, telling you all my woes and trying to fix the speaker situation, we're not going to get through the 120 Castle Arts pencils. That's because it's 4:15 just now. This is Apple. I will make a good attempt though. There will be an attempt. I need to be finishing up at 5 o'clock, guys, just because I've got other commitments and stuff to do. The olive black really is a unique colour, isn't it just? I've just taken this one out. And it's called Curry. I'm actually not joking. Oh, come on, autofocus. It's called Curry. Okay then. Oh, it really is. Oh, that's tickled me no end. Oh, that's made me so happy. I've actually got a pen called Curry. There we go. In my 5 years of YouTubing and arting, I have never ever owned a pen or a pencil in the colour Curry. First time for everything. Lime green, there we go, that's a bit more of a curry. Oh, it is drying quite green though. That kind of room. Yeah, I like that colour. Oh. Yeah, the lime green I would say is, well, I don't know, maybe that's not quite as offensive as, nah, you might be right, guys. Oh, green hat. Curry, once it's been processed. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. Can't get my pen names out. This one's ochre. Processed curry. Oh, good God. Right, this one's ochre. Oh, I just can't with you guys. Oh, jeez. This one's called rosewood. This is another interesting. I'm assuming this is going to be more like oh no, it's not. Okay. I was expecting this to be like a burnt ochre or even in tan. Yeah, okay. That's quite a nice. That's a good colour to have in a marker. I like that. That's the kind of colour that I would use as a base for like tree trunks and things. Now I've got to write down processed curry. Oh, right, where am I? Ah, sandstone. Jeez. That's what I love about you guys. You all know how to lower the tone like instantly. Laurie, what's that for? Laurie's just given me a super chat of 20 Canadian dollars. Laurie, why? Oh, Lord, David, I don't know what's going on anymore. Processed curry in the book would make my day. I'm going to put it in green hat. I'm totally going to do it. This is praline. If I'm going to put processed curry in though, I might have to put praline in as death. Obviously, well, maybe not. Obviously, most of you won't know that. I have got a nut allergy, so praline's like, it's not. I'm not friends with things with praline in. So like, see Belgian chocolates, no. Gem and Belgian chocolates not good together. The next one is copper brown. Laurie, just because. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Thank you very much. Oh, I like this colour too. See, I really like my greens and my earthy colours. I like that. And it's quite vibrant, you know, it's not a dull earthy colour. That's, oh, I do like that. Henna. That's quite brown. I was expecting that to be more red than brown there. That's why I said that's quite brown. Okay. I'll add a sticker to my set for the processed curry pen. Okay. Cinnamon. That's green. No. That is so deceptive. Okay. So is Daria still here? Because this is not cinnamon. I'm just going to start giving all these like alternative names. I won't actually know what I'm looking for anymore. Okay, that's a huge disappointment. One of the things I was going to say about this set of pens is that they've done really well matching the lid colours to the ink colour. And I was just about to say that, and then this happened. That's no more... The Scottish phrase that we use for that is that's no more cinnamon than fleeing in the air. It's like it's the furthest thing from cinnamon. We've got cocoa. Let's see what happens, because this looks purple to me. Oh no, there we go. Okay, retract that last statement. That's raw umber. That's not cinnamon, it's raw umber. Outrage. That's the most like specifically arty like rant I've seen. That's raw umber. Oh, okay, right. Okay, we've got sepia. See, again, I wouldn't say that's sepia, but sepia is a very difficult colour to finalise, if you know what I mean. Like, different people have different ideas of what sepia is. This is the black, so we don't really need to do much with that. The black's lovely though, because these are very pigmented and they're very rich. It really is a good true black. Highly recommend. Now here weirdly is my favourite part because this is all the greys. So we're starting here with the cool greys. So we've got cool grey 1. And unimaginatively these go up. Cool grey 2. Now, this is the interesting thing because these are slightly different colours. There would be no point in having 3 that were exactly the same but just like different saturations. Again, because you can water these pens down, that would be a waste of pens. So there is a difference in these, and it's worthwhile having all the different greys for that reason. So here's Cool Grey 3. You see what I mean again. What I'm saying is if you dilute this down, you're not going to get this or this. Those are 3 distinct different colours, but they're all cool greys. We're on to the warm greys now. Thea likes Cool Grey 1. It's quite delicate, isn't it? Yeah, warm grey 2. See this again, Marigold, you missed that like at the start of the conversation. That was one of the things I said. I really like the big set because of the greys. That was one of the reasons I wanted the big set. And here are the neutrals. I think that could pass for a warm grey, this one. Oh, I like that one. I found my favourite. Neutral grey 2, that's Gems Grey. And the last one is Neutral Grey 3. Again, we'll just give them a little minute to sit, give them a waft about, dry them off a wee bit. But look at these colours, guys. Like, honestly, they're so vibrant. They're so nice. These pens are so juicy. And the brush tips are just, they're absolutely gorgeous. Like, they are basically the equivalent of a Copic brush marker, just slightly smaller. Like, they've got the same flexibility and the same quality about them. I absolutely love them, I really do. Tracy says no flesh tones. Well, I would say yeah, because I consider that these to be flesh tones here, and this to be, well, yeah, these all to be, maybe not this one, the not cinnamon's not really a flesh tone. But these ones certainly, and also there's almond and blush here as well, and soft peach too. As I've said, obviously the ability to blend these out with the colourless blenders, or even just dilute them with water, you've got loads of scope for like flesh tones there. Also, a lot of people do use them for calligraphy. That's one of their main uses. I'm not a calligraphy type person, so that wouldn't appeal to me personally. But yes, they are. They would be very good for that. Right, I'm just trying to get my names right. I stopped at Sky Blue, so I'm picking up Arctic Blue. Turquoise. Cool aqua, lush green, the olive black, which I really like, an olive green, which I also like, olive green. Oh, that's right, this was the ocean teal, wasn't it? Grass. And then the lime, oh no, that one was apple. That was the offensive one, wasn't it? How could I forget? Oh, okay, processed curry. Processed curry. It's dried really green though. I would say that this probably looks more like processed curry rather than this one. But yeah, you know. Lime green. And this is our ochre. Rosewood. I like this colour too, the rosewood. Praline. Copper brown, that's right. Henna. Not cinnamon. Not cinnamon. Cocoa and sepia. And this is black. And then we started, oh goodness me, with the cool greys, didn't we? Cool grey 1, 2, warm grey 1. Did I start at 1? Yeah. And finally, neutral grey 3. Ta-da! And there we have it. There are the 60 Karin Brushmarker Pros in all their glory, and they're now in my swatch book. And do you know what makes me really happy about that? I no longer have a gap in my sketchbook because I'd left a space specifically for these for so long. So now all my swatches actually run all together. There's no spaces now, which is really good. And the Castle Arts ones are going in here. Oh boy. Tracy's not good at mixing flesh tones, always end up with Oompa Loompa orange. Oh dear. Oh. Okay, let's pop these in. I'll pop these down here. Ooh. Don't forget to like the video too. Yeah, thanks, that would be great. There's 47 of you in here. Good. Honestly, I didn't expect to see this many people in the afternoon on a weekday. That's quite encouraging. Okay, so I'm going to move along quite swiftly here. Next is the Castle Arts Gold pencils. Now, for those of you that partook in all the Cave Miss videos, I did review these at Cave Miss, and one of the things that really upset me was the swatches and the manufacturer order were absolutely ridiculous. Like, they were outrageous and did not make any sense at all, and I decided to reorganize them. So the thing about this is, like, I'm not completely anally retentive about the colour spectrum and pencils having a specific place. I just want them grouped together fairly sensibly so that I know if I'm looking for yellows, then I'm at the start of my pencil case, or if I'm looking for greens, I'm in the middle of my pencil case. So I'm not saying that these are in a definitive scientific spectral order, because they probably aren't. But I tend to find that over time you just get used to the location of specific pencils in your own pencil case, especially if you're using the pencils a lot. So I wouldn't take this as gospel. This is just like the way my brain's wired and roughly figuring out where things should go. I would probably, if I sat down and swatched these out on a massive sheet of paper, I might like tweak the order somewhat, but for the purposes of them being usable and being practical, that was kind of the idea. So you can see here I've already like kind of worked it out a little bit, so I should be able to fire through these fairly quickly. I just need to remind myself though, it's been a while since I've swatched some pencils, and I just need to remind myself how many's in a row. 2, 4, 6, 8 in a row. 2, 3, 4, and then 5 rows. Yeah, 5 rows. So it would be 8 in a row and 5 rows. Good old. Right, let's see what we can do then. I always enjoy swatching pencils a bit more, just because there's like the pressure part of it, you know, going from that kind of like heavier pressure to lighter pressure. Thea this angry or castle art golds. That's so funny. You can't be angry at a, well, I suppose you can be angry at a pencil, can't you? Cosmo loves my pencil cases. Well, can I just show you something? This pencil case, this used to house my Polychromos pencils, and I decided that my Polychromos deserved an upgrade because, I like these pencil cases. They're very practical, they're very sturdy, and they take good care of your pencils. But I was always a bit meh about the marble design, and I really, really like stars and things with stars on them. So, I'll just scoop myself over here. I'll be back in a second. I bought myself a new pencil case for my Polychromos, which was this one here, and it's exactly the same as all the other ones, it's just got stars on it. So I thought, seeing as this one housed oil-based pencils for so long, it was kind of only fair that the Castle Arts Gold went in here. So there you go, but yes, I'm very happy with my new pencil case. Oh, right, okay, so let's get a move on here. I need to try and kind of rearrange myself a bit here. Right, pencils are up there. So we're starting with white, which obviously you're not going to see much of. That was titanium white. We've got this is a problem. Where did I finish that swatch? Oh, there it is. This is Naples yellow light. So usually when I'm doing this, I start with heavy pressure and then lighten up towards the end, and I usually go over it 2 or 3 times. Usually with the lighter, like the paler colours, 3 times, and that's just the way I do things. Tuscan yellow light. Now again, I find with this set of pencils there are quite a few where there are, I'm going to zoom in for this, especially with these paler colours, just so that you can see a bit better. I feel that there's quite a lot of colours in this set that are really close together. We've got Tuscan light here. Oh no, sorry, that was Tuscan light, this is Tuscan yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm going to struggle to get this in. Once I've done the first row, I kind of settle down a wee bit here. Lemon yellow light. And then normal people's lemon yellow. This is a lovely colour of yellow. It's really soft as well. This over a wee bit primrose. It's a bit of an odd colour, this. It seems to be like halfway between a yellow and a flesh tone. Like it's neither one thing nor the other. A golden yellow. Ooh. Again, I don't really feel like this is a golden yellow. I feel like the name's a bit misleading, maybe. I don't know whether that's just me. Right, I have to write the names under these as I go because I don't have a grid marked out here. So just do it as we go along. Laurie loves the stars too. Yeah, the star case is pretty. I know. Marigold's going to play Sims 4. I haven't played Sims 4 for ages. I'm actually quite surprised it's still on the go, but apparently we're not getting Sims 5 anytime soon, so yeah, you know. The lemon yellows. Colzo's just ordered some Kuretake Zig water brushes. Good girl, excellent, I approve. Breath of the Light. Why is everyone talking about computer games? Do you know something, Patty? Like, I actually, see if I ever see Breath of the Wild ever again, I'm going to scream. I went and got all 900 Korok seeds, and see, after that, I just never wanted to play it again. I have completed it, like, I've done everything. If anyone's, I'd love to hear what y'all are playing, what you're all playing just now. I am currently jumping between Super Mario Sunshine, because I never played it the first time round, because I never owned a GameCube. Super Mario Sunshine, Disney Dreamlight Valley, playing a lot of that just now, and Chernobylite as well. That was a game that I've wanted to play for ages and I never got around to it, and I've finally gotten around to it, and it is so good. It's like a cross between like a survival horror stroke like base building stroke like post-apocalypse, like almost Fallouty type game. It's a lot of things, but I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. New expansion out on the 16th of March. Okay. Have I tried the old school Winsor Newton watercolour markers? Yes, I have. At least it was a while ago, but I have tried them. I quite liked them. Jan's playing Xenoblade 3 and always Hades. Like it. I really can't, like, I need to try and learn to like read the chat and do stuff at the same time. This is how we always end up never getting anything done because I'm too busy chatting. Oh, right, titanium white, let's go. Naples. Yellow. White. Yellow light. And this is normal people's Tuscan yellow. Yellow light there, so that was the lemon one, and then normal people's lemon yellow. Primrose. This one sticks in my head just because, you know, I feel it's like that limbo colour. I'll not forget that one in a hurry. And the golden yellow's not as golden as I would like it to be. But beggars can't be choosers. Right, let's stick that aside for now and move on to our next row. So we're starting with cadmium yellow light. Now that I've got a row in, I'll be a bit more sensible about things. Oh, right, okay, I'm going to have to move this out. This is moving. I can't get configured properly here to a point where I'm happy. Get out. Okay. There we go. How's that for you guys? Better. You can see a bit better. Dull cadmium yellow. Yvonne's waiting impatiently for the new Zelda, came out in May. Yeah, do you know something, Yvonne? I'm not sure. Like, it's been hyped up so much and it's so far away. Oh. Like, I'm scared to get excited about it in case it's a complete letdown. Thea bought a game on Steam today where you can roam about space, literally visit planets and stars and whatnot. That sounds so good. Colouring with D, my 7-year-old grandson is teaching me to play Mario Kart. Do you know something? That is one of the best games that you can learn to play. It is such good fun and you can play with so many people. Jan's on pre-order for, what are you on pre-order for? For Zelda. I'm on pre-order for Last of Us on PC, so there, I can't wait for that. Hi Weasel, nice to see you, how you doing? Oh, you've also pre-ordered it as well, Patty. See, I haven't. But then again, I'm not that excited about it. I'll play it when it comes out. That's cool. Right. Anyway, onward. Was this cadmium? That's cadmium yellow light. This is cadmium yellow. Oh lordy. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed Breath of the Wild. Don't get me wrong. It was a lovely game, but I'm just not that. I hated the weapon system. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it cheesed me off something chronic. Like, I get emotionally attached to things, and I'm no different in computer games. So I was really upset that I kept breaking my weapons. I was like, no, I want it back. And everyone's like, yeah, but you can just get all the champions' weapons. And I'm like, it's not the same thing. Hogwarts on pre-order. Is that not out, Jan? I thought Hogwarts was late. It was already out, or is it on pre-order for the Switch? Maybe is it out on the PC? See, that's sensible, Yvonne. I do that quite a lot. If there's any games I'm iffy about, I always watch like a couple of my favourite YouTubers playing it before I make a decision as whether to part with my cash or not. That's what I did with Chernobylite. If you like survival horror type games, I highly recommend it. It's not a standard format as well, and I'm not going to put any spoilers out there. It doesn't really follow a proper normal game format, which I quite like about it as well. Because I've played pretty much every survival horror game going. Do love a good bit of zombie smashing. Yeah, not on Switch, Jan. That's what I thought. Oh, you're going to have a long wait though. Evelyn, just like killing monsters after a rubbish day at work. That's why I love playing zombie games. What? Jan says out on all but the Switch, but here there are issues with the PC version. Yeah, there probably is. They're usually quite quick at patching stuff like that though, aren't they? Especially because it's easy to do on the PC. It's much easier than on the consoles. So yeah, that's a thing, right? I've got yellow ochre light. See, I'm too busy talking. You guys are distracting me, especially when we're talking about computer games. Jeez, Swatching the pencils. See, this is what I would call a very pale, fresh tone, and that's yellow ochre light. And then we've got cadmium orange, which isn't orange at all. It's freaking pink. It's actually not pink either. It's like a coral colour. Oh, there's what I did last night. There's a wee story for you. I'm not very good at being on my own just now. Just because of the way I've been feeling, and you know, obviously just finding things a bit tough just now, and I've been kind of struggling when I'm on my own a wee bit. And for the last couple of weeks, Mr. Jem has this is Marigold, not to be confused with Marigold. Mr. Jem has had deer to cull. These are farmed deer, and they have to take them out at night because where they are, the park that they're in, they're surrounded by holiday lodges, and obviously they don't want to be shooting deer in front of holiday guests because that could be quite stressful for certain people, especially like little kids and stuff. So they always do it at night time. So he disappears at like 3 in the afternoon and then isn't back till like the wee small hours. And I'd kind of forgot that he was going last week. And he told me, he's like, I'm going to get ready to go. And I just burst into tears. I was like, don't go, don't leave me. And he was like, patting me. He's like, it's okay, I'm coming back. I was so upset about it because I didn't want to be on my own. So I decided it would be a good idea to sit and watch a Disney film, because I was like, that's, you know, that's quite a safe thing to watch, especially if you're feeling lonely and you're sitting in on your own. So I was like, yeah, do you know what, I'm going to pick a Disney film and I'm going to sit and watch a Disney film, and that'll while away my evening until, you know, it's time to sort my dogs out and go to bed. So I was like, I was all up for that. I was all up for that. Right, I'm going to need to write these. I've lost my biro now. Here we go. Where is it? Oh no, there we go. Right, let me just do this and I'll continue my story. Cadmium yellow light. Add yellow light. Normal people's cadmium yellow. Brilliant yellow. Naples yellow. Yellow ochre light. Cadmium orange light. What is this one? Marigold. Marigold. And cadmium orange deep. Smashing. Right, let's go on to the next row. Okay, yeah, so decided to pick a Disney film. Thought that was a great idea. Never seen Encanto. Fancied it. Thought, yep, off we go. Let's go. And got less than like 3 minutes into it, and I won't spoil the film for anyone, but at the beginning, basically you see you see a family, and they're obviously of Hispanic origin, being chased out of their village, and it doesn't show you or depict specifically, but you know it's white people on the horses. And that's the very start of the film, and somebody dies and a woman's down on her knees with newborn triplets crying into the ground. So you can imagine how I was feeling at the start of that. I was like, this is the worst idea ever. So I was literally 3.5 minutes into the film and I was bawling my eyes out for no apparent reason. I'm glad to say it gets better after that, though. It's not actually like a big deal, but oh man, that was terrible. It was the worst idea ever. I was like, what have I done to myself? It's like clearly not very emotionally stable a couple of weeks ago. Oh, jeez. Everybody's saying hope it wasn't Bambi you watched it. Oh no. Oh. And do you know the thing is though, like, Encanto is such a good film. It's really, really funny. And I always feel with stuff like that, I don't know if anyone else has you know, like a European or like a Mediterranean lineage either. It's very, very similar, like the values and the things that were going on in that film. Like, I could relate and identify with a lot of it because of my Italian background, and it's really nice to see you know, different cultures, and you know, just the way things are done. You know, it's not like the culture specifically, but just to see those differences put into a film like that in a really fun way. And the story was great as well. And I was particularly taken by the house. If for those of you that have seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, that really tickled me. I loved that. And I'm all like, I'm going to start talking to my house. We don't talk about Bruno. Mrs. Brown's Boys. Oh, Laurie, that's quite interesting, because see, the newer ones, they're not very good. They're not that funny. Right, okay, let's do some more pencils here. I've only got like 10 minutes left. Right, we're on to Tangerine. Tangerine. I would recommend Encanto though, as long as you're not feeling a bit emotionally delicate and you can get past the start, it's good. It's fine. And then we've got Apricot Light. Oh. And then we're on to Coral. Coral. Yeah, Mrs. Brown's Boys, I think that the earlier like stuff was much funnier than the newer stuff. Everyone was in despair about the Christmas special just past there. Everyone was like, oh, they had to turn it off. It's definitely a certain type of humour. Again, particularly funny for us because Mr. Jem's parents are Irish, so you know, that holds a certain tickle spot for us. Okay, so that was Light Peach. We're now on to Actual Peach. I should be the person that names colours, shouldn't I? I should get a job in naming colours. Like actual, not at all purple. Kid on purple. Imposter purple. Okay, we're on to Pink Blue. I think I'd be great at naming pencils. I'll make up pencil colour names. My favourite still, I've mentioned this a couple of times before, but in the Crayola pencils there's a colour called Fuzzy Wuzzy. And weirdly, it's kind of this shade of pink. It's not far off that. It's like a really light candy floss pink. And I was like, that's the best name for a pencil ever. Fuzzy Wuzzy, come on. We're on to Coral Deep now. Blackadder or Red Dwarf. Again, that's a very specific humour, and I like it, Marigold. Christy liked Encanto as well. Okay, oh, so that's quite, yeah, okay. Multi-generational, yeah. Colzo says, I went to a community watercolour class and the teacher had us name our colours rather than the colours they actually were, which was fun. I would love that. That sounds amazing fun. Definitely. I would definitely want to do that. Don't give up the day job for naming pencils. Don't know what you're talking about, Jan. That's funny. Yeah, that was Coral Deep. I quite like that colour as well. That's nice. That is nice. And then we've got Azalea Pink. It's a pink pink. Really pink pink. Oh. Azalea Pink. Okay, right. Stop there and name these ones. I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll probably finish the page and then stop the stream after that because it's 5 to 5 just now. And I need to get a motor on. I've got dinner to make and stuff before I do other stuff and stuff and more stuff. So yeah, okay. So where did we get to with the Z pencils? Cadmium Orange Deep was this one here. So bringing it on down then to the Tangerine. Tangerine. Apricot Light. Coral. Tracy, we suffered years of Let It Go being sung by my 10-year-old. And I am now so very fed up if we don't talk about Bruno. Oh, you poor thing. Oh, that's so funny. I'm going to my parents for roast beef dinner. Oh, Green Hat, just stop it. Stop it. I'm making chilli tonight. I seem to have a thing for making chilli, and I think it's because it's it's not quite an extension of a bolognese, but it's quite a similar base, and obviously bolognese is a family recipe in this house, so I feel as if I've kind of extended that into my chilli. Thanks for giving us your time today and finishing, so I have no excuse but to go for a walk. Sorry, Jan. Light peach and peach. Well, I have to say, this has done me the world of good today. I really honestly didn't want to stream, just because, you know, it always feels like I've got to be in a certain mindset and I've got to be quite kind of energetic. But this has actually cheered me up a lot. You guys have cheered me up today, so thank you very much. And I appreciate that there's so many of you here as well. I really wasn't expecting this, you know, like in the middle of the week. Maybe we could make a weekday stream a thing. Every now and then, that might be quite nice. Azalea Pink. Right, yeah, let's do this last row, and we'll call it quits after that. Green Hat, sorry, not sorry. Daria bolognese with beans. Well, it's a bit more complicated than that, but yeah, I kind of like that. Marigold had fish fingers for lunch on Tuesday. Please tell me it was a fish finger sandwich. Please tell me it was a fish finger sandwich. Love a good fish finger sandwich. Right, here we go. Grenadine. See, when I think of grenadine, I just think of that really old-fashioned cocktail at Harvey Wallbanger. I love a Harvey Wallbanger. I think I'm pretty sure they use the grenadine in a tequila sunrise as well, is that right? So I'm sure somebody will correct me or not correct me on that. Nearly got through the whole stream without talking about alcohol. Right, here we go, Venetian Red. Oh, thanks, Black Rose. That's nice. Well, I hope so too. Like that, I think it's just going to be a slow and steady process for me, honestly. Um, as I say, it's weird, like how some things hit you and you just take it in your stride and you deal with it, and then all of a sudden you get something from left field and it just absolutely floors you, and you don't really know what to do with yourself. And I consider myself quite a mentally strong person just for the things that I've gone through in the past. But this situation with my mum's best friend, it absolutely floored me. I was devastated, absolutely devastated. Um, and I was even more devastated when Pauline's son was in the hospital, and he's the same age as me. So anytime he's come to visit his mum, we used to go out together, and we go to bars or whatever, and I would kind of like, show him some nightlife. So we got on really well as well. And I was like, it was just so hard for me to be with him, because if I'm feeling like that, how the hell was he feeling? Like really, really emotional. Anyway, let's stop talking about that, Jem. Come on now. So yeah, no, it's really nice to have all your support, and yeah, I actually do feel a bit better today. So thank you, everyone. Oh my God, there's other hands everywhere. Okay. Can we have udders for the mods? Okay, that's what I was looking for. I knew it was going to be there somewhere. Oh, Carla. Oh, that's lovely, Carla. Thank you so much. I've got a super chat for £5 from Carla. Well, you made my afternoon better too, so thank you too. And thank you for your generosity. I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. Jan, if you have a live on a Wednesday, I work from home that day. Well, it's interesting because see, if it was during the week, that's the day it would have to be, because that's the day I don't work my proper job during the week. So it would actually have to be a Wednesday. Oh dear, I can see a bad plan forming here. Oh, look at all the other hands for our mods, yay! Udders for mods, udders for Gem. Just udders everywhere. Oh. Everyone's cheered up by this today. This is good. And who thought like scribbling out some pens and pencils could make people so happy? Oh, this is a nice shade of red. You can't even see what I'm doing now, look. This is scarlet red. That is a lovely red. I like that a lot. And we've got the cherry pink. Oh, I was going to give you some inside info just because you all were good enough to turn up to a weekday stream. Always remember the processed curry. Yeah, so this week I have ordered the last of the missing polychromos for the stash shop, so hopefully it might not be next week, it might be into the following week. We will have a full complement of all the polychromos pencils for sale in the stash shop, and that is going to be a permanent feature. So if you're looking for top-ups for your collection, or maybe you're gathering them a wee bit at a time, they will all be there fairly soon. I also ordered though, and I hope some of you are going to be excited about this. Did you all see the upgrade video I did that had the Spectrum Noir metallic markers in them? I'm sure some of you watched that video. I decided to buy some of those packs of metallic markers and put them in the stash shop because I really like them. It's not necessarily something that I would use very often myself, but I was super into them, so I thought I would get a couple of packs for the stash shop. So they will be popping up at some point as well. There is stuff in the stash shop today. There's a few odds and ends. I have a duplicate colouring book that somebody's given me that is new and unused. It's one of the Tomislav Tomic books. Sprux, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Sprux Yezbos or something like that. What else have I got in there? I'm looking over. There's some Arteza glitter in there as well if you like that kind of thing. You can head over to the stash shop and check out those little items that are there. Yeah. This video is ruined curry forever. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Coxo says no, Gem, stop it, you enabler. Yeah. Shiny, yeah, they are. Those pens are so shiny. I like them a lot. They are, like, I didn't realise they did so many sets of them as well, Black Rose. There's a couple of different sets of colours as well. So yeah, I got some of those. Got some of those if you want to. Obviously, I will keep you posted and let you know when they're going live in the shop. But just letting you know, I've ordered them, so they will be there at some point. Oh, there we go. There's the link to the shop. Thanks, Green Hat. Go buy all the things. Go and buy all the things. Right, let's get this last line done, and then I'm going to have to get a wiggle on. So, our grenadine. Grenadine, Venetian red. Red ochre. Vermilion. See, it's like I wish I could buy all the things. Cherry pink. I nearly wrote cheery pink there because I had one eyeball on the chat. Cherry pink. It kind of is a cheery pink though. Like I could go a cheery pink. That would be okay. Alizarin crimson. Crimson and magenta. I was kind of hoping we'd have got a little bit further with that, but never mind. Okay. I'd love to know what you think about my choice of the order of the pencils here. I think I've done not too bad actually. I'll take it. Yeah, I could probably tweak it here and there, but that is just one page of the colossal pencils. I'm looking back at the other ones and I'm like, yeah, there's a lot to do here. There's a lot to do, but that's absolutely fine. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this today. It's been a little bit of a different stream, hasn't it? Here's our Karin brush markers. Look at them, they're so good. I think this has been a nice way to while away a Thursday afternoon, especially in lieu of a video. So, do you know, that's really funny. Colouring with D has just said that she can hear a relaxing clock ticking in the background. I was actually waiting to see if anyone was going to mention that because it's really, really loud and I am so ready to rip that clock off the wall and put it in the bin. It's just above the door. Oh, can you see it up there? The red, round red thing? And it's, see when I'm sitting in here myself and I'm working away during the day, it drives me absolutely crazy. Just saying. I'm glad you found it relaxing. I know some people really don't find stuff like that relaxing. Yeah, okay. I'm glad everybody's had fun today. That's nice. Coles was asking if we'll get the chisel tipped uni fine liners in. If I can source them, yes. I haven't found anyone that stocks them wholesale yet though, so I was actually looking for them because I quite like them. Coles also can't stand a ticking clock. Honestly, I feel kind of bad though because Papa Jem gave it to me, and if I take it down he might be quite insulted. Yeah, I think I might have to take it down. Oh, Tracy wants a tour of the cave. I haven't done one of those for ages actually, not much has changed though. Yeah, most repetitive noises irritate me as well. Colouring with D is definitely not you. Do you know what, I think you might have just galvanised me into taking that down now. A raft room. Right guys, I'm going to have to shoot. Thank you once again for joining me. I'll have to get these swatched out, the rest of them swatched out at some point. I'll get there eventually. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, hang on, Jan, I can't just stop the clock. I can't have a clock that's not at the right time. I would rather have no clock than a clock that's not at the right time. Anyway, yes, right, I have to go, guys. Thank you for coming and joining in. I really appreciate it. As I say, you've done me the world of good this afternoon. There will be a video on Sunday as normal. I'm also working on the second Tim Jeff's colour along of the Kestrel. I'm probably going to put that up maybe Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Other than that, though, there'll still be a regular video every Sunday. So that is it for today, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye, everyone. And we shall see you back in the cave really, really soon. Bye-bye.